Welcome to another episode, everyone. Well, Hoover Gumby has something to say to the racist Mexican podcaster, whatever the hell his name is, recently said some racist stuff with a little fat broad that was right there with him saying that she don't date black dudes. She lying. I haven't said anything about this because I have been waiting for the, Hispanic podcasters to say something. They always want blacks to say something whenever a black does something or says something wrong. I was waiting on them to denounce this. Maybe they have, maybe they have not. I haven't seen anything. It hasn't come across my timeline. Maybe I'll investigate a little bit more. But and then people are always accusing me of being a racist. Just this morning, I read a comment that said, "You don't want peace with the South Flows. You can never see yourself having peace with the South Flows." I've never even spoken on having peace with the South Flows or not, because you're so racist. That's why you can never have peace with the South Flows, because you're so racist. So I just said, well, let them attack the people call me racist all the time. So I said, let them attack this, but I don't know if they have. So I'm going to attack it with her fat, ugly ass. And this weird motherfucker that said what he had to say. But for now, I'll let Gumby. I haven't even seen this myself. This comes from Real Tune TV right here, as you see. And Gumby has something to say to that Mexican podcaster. I do as well.
A Mexican podcaster. I'm gonna call him Hispanic because I don't know his origin.
Mexican. Everybody in LA, they Mexicans. Mexicans, not Mexicans. Mexicans.
Okay. Well.
Okay, I'm not sure what he means by that. Let's go.
Yeah. Why you say not Mexicans?
Because you have to understand that Mexicans come from Mexico. Half the Mexicans in LA don't even speak Spanish.
Mm.
They didn't adapt it to our culture so much, they're trying to overtake it.
Mm.
They hate us so much, but they want to be like us so much. And it's not a bad thing. We kind of cute. It's fun, over though.
Well, that's exactly what this Mexican podcaster said on
Woodstock or some shit like that. Hoodstock or some shit like that.
Something like that. But he goes to, he brings up Blueface and asks this other Mexican woman, would she, let him smash? And
but you have to
then the response was, black man, African booty scratcher. And her response was, no, against the Trece Penal Code.
Yeah, I understand completely. That podcast is a Sereno podcast. So they spitting Sereno views. The nigga said...
Yeah, see? So Gumby believes that this is a Sereno podcast. I have never checked out this podcast. I've seen the statement that they're referring to here going around on YouTube for the last few days or whatever. I've seen clips of what he had to say and what the female host or guest also had to say when asked if she would date a black dude or let a black dude have sex with her or whatever. And she said no, but I'm gonna get into that myself. I'm gonna play that myself and respond to and react to it. So for now, I'll just stick to Gumby's reaction to it. But I have something to say about that. They accuse me all the time anyway of being racist, as I said. But they don't accuse this dude, who's a Southsider podcaster, and, is disseminating these views and influencing his listeners, inflaming them with inflammatory remarks, denigrating my people. And no one has anything to say about it. Okay, the gloves will come off. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, what y'all call me. I'll take these motherfuckers off.
African booty scratcher, right? The beanie that said that, right? He has to have Sereno influence. period. But you have to understand, I was trying to show you the distinction between a Mexican and a Mexican, right? Those right there are Mexicans. You see her? See her movements? You see how she acts? See how she talks? Shadowlay. See how she talk? That probably was a drug mule back in the day.
What's that, a drug?
We're bringing dope to the pig. Square.
Yeah, I'm square.
It's a. I just think that the situation in LA is a racial place. It's a very racial place. And
America is a racial place and a racist place. Everyone wants to act like it's not. I'm gonna have to get into this stuff. I'm gonna get into this shit. Y'all really gonna hate me then. Fuck it. But I don't hate anyone. Except the people that hate me and my people. The white supremacists, any race that hates me and hates my people, then, I fuck you. I don't kiss your ass. I'm not one of those kind of people. I'm not one of those black men that's gonna kiss your ass. I'm proud to be black. I love my people. And if you have a problem with me and my people, then it's fuck you all day. Understand that. And I don't apologize for that. I will never apologize for that. And all of my people need to be on that same motherfucking page. Every single last one of them.
Mexicans are some of the biggest races that they are. I can only speak about LA Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? We all got, you know what I'm saying, the neighbors and Hector and them. Hector, I ain't mean no shit, man. I'm still coming to get my tamales next door. Stop playing, man. But me and him talked about it. It's a older Mexican gentleman that live next door, right? And you know what I'm saying? Even we kind of cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? He been to the pen and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he understands the differences. See, he's not, I won't say he's a racist. I'll say he's a separatist. He's not gonna be disrespectful at all, you know? But he don't want blacks mixing with his race. And that's not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing, and it turns racial when you're downing somebody else. When you're saying, oh, African booty scratcher, and you're saying anything bean eating, wetback. You're saying any of that shit. That's being disrespectful. We can have our differences and still be respectful. But what they chose to do was they chose to clown us on the platform. They were saying our all Hispanic platform. They wasn't talking to us. That was like a private conversation, you know what I'm saying, that they aired.
Well, why, in your case, stoop back down to their level? Because you did say beaning at the beginning of the conversation, even though, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's tit for tat. Tit for tat don't make it right, but it damn sure make us even.
I can respect it. You know, out here in Texas, we actually mess with the Mexicans.
We do too. We do. We
mess
buy
with
tamales
them
from them. We buy drugs from them. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. We fuck with them. See, in LA, everything's political. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you got Mexicans that's cool with you, you know what I'm saying? And then you got other ones that are not, that are straight. Look at this that's going on with the Longos.
And let me say that I believe that Gumby should keep his attacks towards the individual who said what he said and not call the whole Mexican community bean eaters or whatever he just said. I do not agree with that. I support Gumby, I support my brother, but keep the attack on the individual, the racist individual that made the attack, and let's not stoop to their level and make a whole blanket statement for a whole race. That's what they do. You know, that's what he did. But Gumby is his own man. He said he's going tick for tack, and he's responding to an attack upon his people and upon his person, upon himself. So how he responds to that attack, I can't tell him how to respond to that attack. He did not initiate the attack. He's responding to being attacked, as I'm going to do when I do my own reaction to what old boy had to say and the unattractive, fat, sloppy broad that was sitting next to him lying, saying she wouldn't fuck with a black dude. I'm going to do my own reaction to that. People gonna have a problem with it. I'm sure they're gonna have a problem with what I'm saying here. I don't care.
Look at this shit going on with in Compton with the Mexicans.
What's going on?
It's a war. That's what I said. They're gonna see you and whoop your ass.
Just because I'm black?
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And the craziest thing about it is that, see, black people are so forgiving.
And motherfucking Tune said, no. I guess that's Tune that's talking. I don't even know that this is real Tune TV. I guess that's the interviewer. He said, no. Yeah, he ain't from LA. Yes, there have been gang wars back and forth with the Hispanics in Los Angeles, California, deadly ones. I haven't got into any of this stuff for reasons, some of the reasons aforementioned, that they already called me a racist. So I try to stay away from certain things, certain topics, while still supporting my people. But I will have to get into this stuff now. Since this dude said what he said, no one is really checking him or whatever. Y'all just letting this shit be, then fuck it.
Love it. I hate you. Like this Mexican just spit in our face. I ain't seen. I take that back. He spit in our face. But I was gonna say I ain't seen. I did last night when I was chilling last night, scrolling on my phone, and I seen the boy Munchie B. Oh boy, he got on there. He like, even though we got our differences, little bro be spitting some gang. He know what he talking about. I hope he do. Half the time anyway, but you know he do. But yeah, what he said was very important. Y'all should go back and watch that because he's giving you our perspective as a gang member dealing with these dudes.
What is your perspective as a gang member?
They the enemy. They the enemy.
So you beefing with most black gangs and the Mexicans as a whole?
The police, baby mamas, all that shit.
Why do the blacks and the Mexicans beef out there?
But what Gumby is funny, bro. That dude is entertainment for real. He cracks me up. Oh, man. I'm not sure what he's talking about with Munchie B. I didn't see that. But obviously Munchie B had a response as well. And, you know, apparently sees the Hispanics in LA as enemies, at least the racist ones. And so does Gumby. What do y'all think in the comments? Let me know. Can peace be brokered? Should black and brown unite? I have my opinion on this. As I said, I've been withholding it. And I'm not going to necessarily change my opinion because one Mexican podcaster decided to say or do something racist. He doesn't speak for all Hispanics.
In LA.
Different reasons, different hood politics like that. You know, sometimes majority of it has to do with drugs, the drug trade. I know they dress and act like blacks, like from everything, and all that. You know what I mean? A prostitute's best friend is a Mexican. Real life. Get it? Like, their culture is so intertwined with ours to where it's indistinct. You can't even distinguish between the two, right? But the problem comes in where the racism and all the bullshit come in with the gangs and the way they were raised. They were raised, all blacks know this. Mexicans was raised not to f with y'all. They think y'all dirty, y'all don't take baths, all that type of shit. I had a few Mexicans, and this is what they tell you. They tell me. It's racist. They racist. They really are. This is how they were raised coming out the womb. And I don't fault them for that. It is what it is, but just let me know you're racist. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you know, what he's saying has some truth to it because, you know, recently, you know, on TikTok, they had the stuff going around with the ICE raids and what have you, and people were speaking on it. And when they were talking about the blacks supporting the Hispanic community against America, against the government or what have you, and the blacks were saying that we told you not to vote for Donald Trump, to vote for Kamala, and this would not be happening or what have you. when all of this was going on back and forth, I spoke on it briefly a little bit. Many Hispanic creators, content creators on TikTok anyway, were coming out and making videos and saying that the Hispanic community was racist. The Hispanics themselves were saying this. I'll get the videos. They were saying that this is how they were raised, that this is why they didn't vote for Kamala, and that they have to do better. This is what they were saying. That they were raised to despise, dislike, not trust black people, to get closer to whiteness, like every race tries to do, including some black people. Shockingly, foolishly, inexplicably. I mean, man, how could you not be proud to be black? It's mind-boggling. How could you not be proud to be Hispanic? Chinese. They fix their eyes, have surgery on their eyes, trying to unslant their eyes to look more white. I remember Oprah did a show on that many years ago when I was in prison. I watched it. It's crazy, bro. Every race does this. So, not to get off track, but what he's saying has some accuracy, that they were raised this way because the Hispanics themselves were saying this. That's all I'm saying. They were saying, they were making multiple videos, video after video after video. Hispanic women, Hispanic men, and saying this is why the Hispanic community did not vote for Kamala Harris. This is why they voted for Trump. Because the Hispanic community does not support the black community. The Hispanic community is racist toward the black community. This is what they were saying. I'm sure I'm going to hear comments about this. I'm going to have to go get the videos and play them for y'all. This is what they said, not me, bro.
In the pen, some of my best partners were skinheads, Nazi lowriders. What's up, Axel? Shout out to my Axel on death row, Hoover and that's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah. What, like, how did y'all make a relationship, you and a skinhead?
Mutual respect. Mutual respect. You get it? But him understanding he ain't no bigger than me and I ain't no bigger than him. I understand him. He don't want me on the white bitch. And I damn sure don't want him. Well, I'll take that back. He can let me stop. Let me stop. I'm kind of like on some whole other shit with them right now.
Yes, you and the white boy probably both killed the black, so.
I'm sorry?
So if you could respect.
Well, no, that wasn't it. That's not it. That's not it. No, that didn't have anything to do with any killing. It's just a mutual respect. Like when you're in the prison.
Well, you certainly don't want to come to terms with a skinhead. A respectful relationship and the foundation is based upon the fact that you both killed a black man. Now, that's not the kind of foundational relationship I want with anyone. We're going to have to come to terms for a different reason. Fuck.
Like you going from one prison to the next prison to the next prison to the next prison, all with the same people. Like you might go a little bit before him, a little bit after him, but these same people you're gonna keep saying, this is the community, this is the vast community. And everybody that stays solid know who it is. Like the white boys that be stabbing no, yeah, he gonna stab you. Watch that. We going to him first. Get it? Like, this is how you have to.
Are the white boys like tough in California prisons?
Everybody in prison is tough.
You know, like for the most part, like there are certain units in Texas where, you know, white boys outnumber blacks, lives a unit. But in most prisons, to my knowledge and what I've covered, the white boys sit on the floor. You got Africa, you got Mexico, white boys get the floor. You know what I'm saying? Is it that way in California or is it?
No, not at all. The Mexicans and the white boys are aligned. You know what I mean? In most cases. The Mexicans are the majority in prison.
Right.
Then the blacks, the whites is probably like third, I guess.
Right.
So they don't have large concentration of their soldiers, like all.
Now, no, correct. The whites do not sit on the floor in California prisons. In the county jail, the Los Angeles County Jail, back in the day, I've done stories on this. Check out my past video, people. The whites were being brutalized in the Los Angeles County Jail for some time in many different ways, for many different reasons. But in prison, no way, no sir. The whites hold their own in prison, particularly on a level 4 prisons. In California, the maximum security prisons, the whites are organized, structured, racist. They exercise, they eat right, they stab, they kill, they follow orders. They do not sit on anyone's floor. They stand up rather tall, if I'm being frank.
Other races too. Excuse me. In prison, the white boys are broken down to a few different fractions like gangs. You know what I'm saying? You have Aryan Brothers, the Nazi lowriders, and some other they come up with some new shit all the time because they fraction off, they break off for political differences or whatever it may be. They are allies with the Hispanics, the Sureños, the Southsiders.
Yeah.
In most cases they are. Like they went to war before, the Mexicans and the whites. It don't last long. Over dope. I mean, so it don't last long. But you ask, are they sitting on the floor? Nah. Mom, when I first went to prison, my reception was Delano. And I was supposed to go to Calipat. Actually, I was supposed to go to Calipatria, where I ended up at. But my first prison, I opened up High Desert State Prison, right? So for those people who don't know what it's like to open up a level 4 prison in California, it's war straight out the gate. And this is my first time in prison. I weighed about 90 pounds at that time. You know what I mean? So the situation was kind of dire. I was in the first race riot there. It was over T-Black shop, T-Black BPS. It was over his Burgundy bean. though. So in that situation, when you go to a new prison, you have to play politics. This is where prison politics come from.
Of course, yes, that's true. Opening up a new prison, there's always a war to begin with because you have to establish what's what, who's who, what tables we're going to get, what tables they're going to get, what benches we get, what's our workout area, what's their workout area. And then you never come to this sort of resolve verbally. It kicks off, and then the two meet up and say, okay, once respect is established, and it's established through violence, then we come to the table and say, now we want this and we want that, because both sides know if there's no agreement, it's just going to go up again. Prison politics.
You know, everything is pretty much politics, from the showers to the water fountains to the handball courts to the benches to where you can stand to where you can't stand, what area you can go in, what toilets you can use, what phone you can use. This is too complicated.
Right.
And each one of those things I just brought up is being politicked on for a different reason by all these different races. Oh, well, we want this phone because the homie in cell 111, like 102, 103, and he right in front of it. You get what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of shit that in their head be thinking and trying to manipulate to get whatever it is they want to get.
Well, why'd y'all have a race war when you first came?
To establish what I just told you.
To establish
that. If they want this handball court and we want this handball court, we're going to war behind it. What do you mean? This is prison. This ain't like, it's funny to me because I be listening to all these dudes and they be speaking my name. You couldn't even breathe the same air I breathe. You don't even know y'all own big homies. I went to jail when I was 18 years old, bro. Didn't get out until I was 35. All these niggas praise, they raised me in that. Big Crazy D, Matrix Gangsters, Sparks from Raymond, Lala from Sick and Deuce East Coast, Dan Tanner from Long Beach, Spartacus. See, y'all can say what y'all want.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.
Okay, that kind of caught me off guard. It was about to end right there. He'd just be ending his videos. All right, there you have it. That's what Gumby had to say about the Mexican podcasters. Sort of went off track a little bit there. Started talking about a couple of other things. Started off talking about the Mexican podcasters, and Gumby has some choice words. I already said what I had to say about that. I'm going to get into that. I know Adam 22 and No Jumper as well. I just heard or saw something come across my timeline where they had a response, and they've been going back and forth with this podcaster who's doubling down or what have you on what he said. I'm not going to make a huge deal about it. It is what it is. But I'm going to speak on this since people want to label me anyway, and they're not denouncing this, but want me to denounce every damn thing that comes up. I'm going to say what I have to say, man. That's it. Stay safe and stay free, people.